Good morning, students. This is the third part on resolution of a firm, realization expenses. That means we are starting resolution with adjustments. And the first adjustment is realization expenses. But before I do realization expenses, I have to discuss with you some important notes on resolution, especially regarding realization. When an asset or liability is taken to the realization account, any corresponding or related fund or reserve is also transferred to realization account and not to the capital account. I'll give you an example. Suppose investment. If I write investment in the realization, then investment fluctuation fund also I have to record in the realization. Investment will be closed as to investment in the realization, and we've had investment fluctuation fund will be recorded as by investment fluctuation fund in realization. That means investment fluctuation fund has to be credited in realization having a credit balance, and investment having a debit balance will be debited in the realization to close the. That means whenever fund is there, then I have to take the particular liability as well in realization. Otherwise, the fund will go in. There is a separate treatment for this type of funds. We will be learning that later on. Bank overdraft never comes in realization, but bank loan will come. Bank overdraft is a credit balance in cash and bank account. If question is silent about the payment of liability, then it has to be paid out in full as we have seen in the last video. And if the question is silent about the realization of asset, its value is assumed to be nil as we have seen in the last video. Now let's see what is a realization account. I've already told earlier, a realization account is a nominal account. It is prepared to settle the assets and liabilities. It is prepared to settle the assets and liability. It is prepared to settle the assets and liabilities. Next, realization expenses. My first adjustment, realization expenses. In my last video, I have not talked anything about realization expenses. From here, we are starting. First thing, whoever bears the realization expenses, he will be debited. He will be debited. And whoever bonds the expenses, whoever bears the expenses, realization expenses, whoever bears will be debited, and if the firm bears, then realization will be debit. If partner bears, capital will be debit. Next, the next rule in realization expense is whoever pays it. If the firm pays, then we write cash account credit, and if the partner pays, then we write capital account credit. I again repeat, based on these two rules, our whole realization expenses entries will be. Again, I repeat, the first rule, whoever bears it, they will be debited. If the firm bear, then realization debit. We don't write firm account debit. We write realization instead of firm. And if partner bears, then capital account debit. And whoever pays, they will be credited. If firm pays, we don't write to firm, but we write cash because firm pays the cash. So cash account will be credited. And if the partner pays, then capital account will be credited. Now, based on these two learnings, we have these different combinations regarding realization expenses. Realization debit to cash if the firm bears it and firm pays it. Realization to cash. Next, if the firm bears it, that means firm will be debit, that means realization account debit, and partners pay, so to capital. If the partner bears it, then capital account debit, and firms pay it, so to cash. If the same partner bears and the same partner pays, that means there is a personal payment, no entry. You think A's capital to A's capital, so there will be no entry. If realization expense is paid by A, borne by A, but paid by B, so whoever pays, they will be credit. Whoever bears, they will be debit. So A's capital to B's capital. Again, A bears and B pays. So A capital to B capital. Similarly, remuneration paid to a partner. So the journal entry is what? Realizes remuneration to capital, but we can't open remuneration All our nominal account needs are catered by realization. So realization account debit to capital. Actual expense paid by the firm on behalf of the partner. Whenever actual expense paid by the firm means to cash. On behalf of the partner means it is borne by the partner. So partner's capital account debit to cash. Remuneration paid to the partner for expenses in the form of stock. The journal entry is remuneration to stock, but stock also we write realization, and for remuneration also we write realization. So the journal entry remuneration to stock instead of the realization to realization. That's why there is no entry at all. So this important learnings, and now we will be doing one sum. This is the sum. Realization expenses 1000. Let's understand this sum. Realization expenses 1000 rupees, rupees 1000. Realization expenses rupees 1000. Realization expenses rupees 1000 paid by the firm. Paid by the firm. Realization expenses 1000 paid by the partner but borne by the firm. See the first two. Only realization expenses written. Again written realization expenses 1000 paid by the firm. Means the same thing. The journal entry will be as we have seen realization to cash. See the solution. It is realization to cash for number 1 and 2. Both. Again, realization expenses rupees 1000 paid by the partner means capital account debit as a to capital. When paid by the partner, whoever pays they will be credited. Borne by the firm, so realization to capital. Realization expenses 1000 paid by partner A. So A's capital account debit. Sorry again. Realization account debit to A's capital. Whoever pays they will be credit. So in both the cases, 3 and 4 capital account is credited and realization because the expense is firm's expense. So realization account debit to A's capital. Now number 5, realization expenses rupees 1000 paid by the partner and borne by the partner. Same partner, he is only paying it, he is only bearing it. Paid by partner, by the partner means the same partner, and borne by also the same partner. That means A account debit to A account. No entry for this. This is also written as partner paid privately. No entry for number 5. Realization expenses rupees 1000 paid by the firm. Paid by the firm means to cash. Borne by partner A. So A's capital to cash for number 6. For number 6, A's capital to cash. For 5, no entry. Next, realization expense rupees 1000 paid by partner A on behalf of partner B. See again, paid by partner A. So to A. Behalf of partner B means B is going to bear it. So B's capital account debit to A's capital means B to A. See this one, B to A. B to A. Now we will learn next set of these 5 entries. Very interesting entries these are. Remuneration written in the sum, or salary written in the sum, or commission, or by any other form of payment given to the partner for realization expenses is 600. Only this much is given. So if for this much, what is the journal entry, students? For this much, the journal entry is remuneration account debit to cash, but we can't open remuneration for that nominal account. We write what? Realization. So our journal entry is realization to cash 600, 600. But it is added. What is added? Actual realization expenses 1000 paid by A and borne by A. Means there is no information. This similarly means the only one line you will take. You will only take this line. That remuneration salary, you will be taking only this line for this one. You will be only taking this line. What is that? You will be writing as remuneration paid to the partner to bear the realization expenses. Partner is how much paying, whether he's paying, whether he's not paying, he's paying extra. That is not the concern of the business. It is private payment. Whenever it is borne by the partner, paid by the partner, that simply means it's a private payment. So no entry in the books. Remuneration, salary, commission, etc. paid by the firm to the partner for realization expenses. The journal entry is realization to cash, because remuneration we cannot write for any nominal account realization. So it is realization to cash. Number 8, realization to cash. See, realization to A's capital, because A is paying it. Paid by the firm to the partner for realization expenses. Actual realization expenses rupees 1000 paid by A and borne by A. For that, no information, no entry. Okay. Remuneration, so it will be 600, my dear students. It will be 600. Realization to remuneration, salary, commission stuff paid by the firm. It is remuneration to capital. Remuneration to capital, whenever you are paying to the partner, it is always to capital, salary to capital. So instead of writing salary, we are writing realization to A's capital. Next, number 9, remuneration paid by the firm to the partner for realization expenses, rupees 600. Same thing. So for realization expenses, so it is realization account debit to A's capital. Actual realization expenses is 1000 paid by the firm. Again, one more entry will come for this, paid by the firm on behalf of the partner. That is A's capital account debit to cash 1000. So if you notice this entry over here, realization account debit 600 to cash 1000. Now let's understand this entry by doing it on the board. Students, notice now, for this one, number 9, there are two entries actually. Remuneration paid by the firm to the partner for realization expenses is 600. That I have shown on the board. If you notice this one, that if you notice over here, that salary account to A's capital or realization to A's capital, first entry, realization to A's capital. How much? 600. Next, actual expenses is 1000, borne by A, paid by firm. So again, this one, A's capital account debit 1000, paid by firm, borne by A, so A's will be debit, paid by firm, so cash will be credit to cash 1000. Now, if I will be doing a compound entry of this, realization 600 is there, A's capital credit 600, debit 1000. So debit extra is 400 and to cash that 1000 is there. So this is our entry, which is shown over here. You see that realization to A's capital to cash. That is how this entry has come. Now the next one, students, the next one is dissolution expenses were 8000. No, yeah, number 10. Dissolution expenses 8000, 3000 to be borne by the firm and the rest borne by the partner. So expenses were paid by the partner. So 2A's capital, 3000 borne by the firm, 5000 borne by partner A only. So A's capital 5000, realization account debit 3000, 2A's capital 8000. This would have been the entry. If I say this entry, it would have been, look at the board, students. See, for number 10, dissolution expenses were 8000. 3000 were to be borne by the firm and the rest borne by partner A. 3000 borne by the firm. So realization account debit 3000. A's capital, this is how much A's capital? 5000, because A is bearing 5000. Actual payment is done by A, so to A's capital 8000. We cannot write A's capital debit and A's capital credit, so we have to cancel it out. So the actual entry will be as shown over here. It is realization account debit to A's capital 3000, 3000. Why? Because A's capital debit 5000 removed, so to A's capital 8000. From here it is removed, so it becomes realization 3000 and cancel out to A's capital 3000. That is shown over here. Now see number 11, students. Realization expenses 5400 paid by the partner for which he was allowed 5000. That means remuneration is given to him 5000. Actual realization expenses 5400 paid by the partner for which he was allowed only 5000. That means he can bear, he was paying the expense 5400, but for which he was allowed only 5000. How much is allowed? That is realization account debit, because firm is allowing it. So realization account debit to A's capital, firm is giving him 5000. Now if he is paying more, that is from his own pocket, firm is not going to bear for that, and it is borne by A, paid by A 5400. For that, no entry, because it's a personal matter. Number 13 now. Dissolution expenses were 8000. 3000 were to be borne by the firm and the rest is borne by partner. Expenses were paid by the firm. So you notice this student, number 13, dissolution expenses were 8,000, 3,000 were to be borne by the firm, and the rest is borne by the partner. Expenses were paid by the firm only. Now, when expenses are paid by the firm, so to cash it will be 8,000. 3,000 were borne by the firm, so realization account debit 3,000, A's capital 5,000, to cash 8,000. So see this one, realization to realization account debit, A's capital account debit, to cash. That is this much only. One sec, students. There's some. Let me resume with number 11 again, students. Dissolution expenses were 8,000. 3,000 were to be borne by the firm. That means realization account debit 3,000. How much is borne? 5,000 borne by the partner. So A's capital account debit 5,000. Expenses were paid by the firm. So to cash 8,000. So 3,000, 5,000, 8,000. Please see the solution yourself. See number 11, realization 3,000, A's capital 5,000, to cash 8,000. To cash because the firm is paying. Next, number 12, realization expenses 5,400 paid by the partner, for which he was allowed only 5,000. That already I told you, but once more, he was only allowed 5,000, so it will be done for 5,000 only. The entry will be for 5,000 only. See, realization to A's capital 5,000, 5,000. How much he's paying extra? That is from his own pocket. He is bearing it. He is paying it. If he is bearing, he is paying. There will be nothing to write in the books. Salary paid by the firm to the partner for realization expenses rupees 600. That means what? Rupees 600. What is paid to him is remuneration or realization account debit to A's capital 600. Actual realization expenses 1,000. So again, actual realization expenses 1,000. Paid by A. So A's capital again 1,000 debit. Borne by the firm. Now this one also I will be doing contra entry and explain you. Let's see. I will be passing entry and then compound entry. I will be making a two simple entries. Then you will be making a compound entry. Let's see that. See, salary paid, realization to A's capital 600, 600. Realization to A's capital 600, 600 salary paid. Then again, actual expenses 1,000 borne by the firm. Borne by the firm, so 1,000 debit realization account. Paid by A, so to A's capital 1,000. If I will combine this, it will be realization to cash. Realization to A's capital 1,600, 1,600. Notice this entry. Realization to A's capital 1,600, 1,600. Hope you have understand. Now one more. Now these three are very interesting entries. Realization expenses were to be borne by X, for which he gets a credit of 10,000. Means he has been given a salary of 10,000. Salary means realization account debit to A's capital, excess capital 10,000. Actual realization expenses were paid by the firm's bank account. So actual realization expenses paid by the firm's bank account, but it is to be borne by X. So X capital account debit to cash. X capital account debit to cash. 12,000, 12,000. Previously it was for salary, realization to X capital 10,000. And again X capital account debit to cash 12,000, 12,000, because actual expenses paid by the firm. Number 15, B was to look after the dissolution, for which he was paid 5,000, subject to the condition that he bore all the realization expenses, which came down to 3,800. The expenses were paid by the firm. So first of all, expenses were paid by the firm. B was to look after the dissolution, for which he was paid 5,000. He was paid 5,000 means again salary account debit to cash. Salary means realization account debit to cash 5,000, 5,000, but actual realization expense came 3,800. Actual realization expenses 3,800. These expenses were paid by the firm. So again paid by the firm. So again to cash. First entry for salary. Second, B has to bear it. So B's capital account debit 3,800 to cash 3,800. Clear, students? Again, I repeat this one. Realization expense to B's capital because of the salary. Actual expense paid by the firm borne by partner B. So B's capital 3,800 to cash 3,800. Number 16, the last one. B was to look after the dissolution and he was paid 5,000 subject to the condition. First of all, he was paid. So salary to B's capital. Salary, instead of salary, we write realization account debit to B's capital. Now the next part. What is written over here? Next part. Next part is written the realization expenses up to 5, subject to the condition that he bore all the realization expenses up to 5,000 or more, but must refund in case realization expense is below 5,000. So if the realization expenses is 5,000 or more, he will be bearing it. But if the realization expense is less than that, then he has to refund. If the realization expense is less than 5,000, then he has to refund. This is the condition. So let's see how much is the actual realization expense, 3,800. So that he will be only bearing it. So how much he is bearing? 3,800. The expenses were paid by the firm. So A's capital account debit to cash. A's capital account debit 3,800 to cash. See over here. B's capital account debit to cash 3,800, 3,800. Now it is less than 5,000. That excess money which B already is having, that he has to refund back to the business. So that he's bringing the money back into the business. So cash account debit to B's capital. Cash account debit to B's capital. Cash will be debited over here. So cash debit to B's capital. Have you understand? First expense, the salary, realization to B's capital. Actual expense 3,800 paid by the firm, but borne by B. So B's capital to cash. Then excess of 3,800, but up to 5,000. That means 1,200 which he has extra, that he has to refund back to the business. B has to refund back to the business. Whatever B is putting money into the business, that will be again cash to capital. So cash account debit 1,200 to B's capital 1,200. So these are the students. These are the journal entry students. Now this is a homework. Please go through this homework and do it. Thank you, students. Thank you.